Alright, so I'm going to do a quick little video of my homemade bait tank here. Let me shine a light on it. Don't show good up in this black. So I got this 110 gallon trough from Tractor Supply for about 69 bucks. Now I've got it here in my basement. I got a fully underground basement next to a sump pump. And they got the drain right here so I can strain the sump pump. All that black stuff there you see is sealant. But this water here, I've got it treated, so I'll dip some of it, and if I need to add more to the tank, or that if I'm going fishing, I'll add that to my bait cooler, and then it helps them keep them alive. What I've done here is I got the 110 gallon trough from Tractor Supply. I've got two pond pumps from Lowe's Hardware. One is for circulation. The next one is for filtration and aeration. The pond pumps are pretty expensive. This one here was a 210 gallon per hour. It was 50. And then I got the I think it's a 560 gallon per hour. It was 70. And I got it where it puts into this bucket. This bucket I got is a homemade filter. I kind of watched some other people's videos, see how they did it. So I kind of took my take on it. I figured having gravity would be the easiest way to do it. So I drilled a bunch of holes, I don't know if you can see, in the bottom of the bucket. Then right here at the bottom, I filled up with lava rocks. These lava rocks from Lowe's. Just make sure you wash them off real good. And then about midways here, I got a bunch of Brillo pads. Your little green scrubby pads, you can get them cheap at Walmart, Dollar General. And above it, I got a bunch of the air filters that you use for your home air conditioning furnace. And here is the tubing, the pond pump tubing. That was fairly expensive too. It was about 20 bucks, but it came with ample amount. I still got some if I need some more. But I need to kind of get that all twist tied up to this bucket here. So I did the bucket, kind of hung it up above on the ceiling. So that way when it drips the water in, it's adding a lot of air. But to keep shad alive, you can see without, I got it turned off because it's really loud. You won't be able to hear me with it running. But I have in here some threadfin shad, some bluegills, some white perch. And I've had some in here for about a couple weeks now. I caught some fresh shad the other night, and that's why all the scales are in there. I need to try to figure out how to get them out. But for the water, I got this from Lowe's. It was 9 bucks, chlorine remover, because I got city water. I put my water hose down here and added this to it. It tells you the math on it, and it takes up to 24 hours for it to affect. For every 20 gallons, you just add a cap full. And then I got some pool salt, and it's recommended for every 10 gallons you have to add a cup. Now, for if you just keeping bluegills and perch, you might not need it, but the shad's what the salt's for. The salt reduces their stress, hardens their scales, and rejuvenates their slime. But let me go ahead and turn it on so you get to see it flowing. That, and I got some shad. But yeah, with the shad, you need to have the circulation flowing counterclockwise. And for shad, you also gotta have it rounded, because if you don't have anything rounded, they're just gonna beat the crap out of themselves in the corners. But you see, I got a good bait of fish in there. Several bluegills me and my daughter caught. Some good sized shad, white perch. I was kind of skeptical keeping the white perch in here because they're pretty aggressive. Didn't want them attacking the shad. But I'll turn it on so you can see it. Need to figure out some kind of lighting I could put in there. Yeah, as you see, the aeration, the filter aeration, that's adding a lot of oxygen in the water. And the circulation I got right here, so it's keeping the flow. Before I only had one pond pump, the shad kept dying off. And I kept having some die off, and I was talking with some friends, and that's when I started adding the salt. And after I added the salt, that they seem to be doing fine. I did try some shad keeper, but a whole bottle of it is $6, and I think it only does up to 30 gallons. So you know, to fill this whole thing up, but that would give it the whole blue tint to it. But what really affects, you want to, oh yeah, also you want to keep the temperature as cool as possible. I'll fill up some 2-liter bottles, and I'll freeze them in the fridge, and I'll put them in here to keep the water temperature down, because you want to keep the water cool and keep their metabolism down. That way they ain't moving as much, making a lot of waste, because all the waste has ammonia, and that's what ends up poisoning the water and killing them. But other than that, it cost a little more than I was wanting to spend, but I was too far invested in it, so I just had to keep going. But it ended up costing me about $240 total, which the main price was the 2 pond pumps and then the tank itself. The bucket wasn't too bad, you know, that's just a little $3 bucket from Lowe's. But I'm going to try to find everything online and add a link in the description. But I hope you enjoyed this little quick video of how to make your own bait tank and get what you get from it, and try to get your own, because it's a lot easier having bait on hand before you go fishing than rather get into the water or having to worry about catching bait. But if you enjoyed this video, give me a like and a subscribe.